Entry phase marks the beginning of the research shift, as you prepare for underground documentation in the deep tunnel. Upon arrival, you immediately start organizing the survey equipment needed for the day's measurements in the cave system. The helmet lamp is tested to provide sufficient illumination for reading sensors and notes in the dark tunnels ahead. Gear check involves verifying all survey tools, from rope markers to depth sensors, before entering the cave. During the briefing, specific survey points are discussed, focusing on areas that need new depth readings and data logs. Various sensors are prepared to capture accurate readings of the cave's environmental conditions during the survey work. The first log entry is made, documenting the start time and weather conditions before heading into the tunnel. Rope markers are inspected to guarantee safe passage and easy navigation during the survey in the dark passages. The map serves as a guide, showing planned routes and previous survey data for today's research documentation. Final team coordination ensures that everyone is clear on their survey tasks and equipment checks for the shift. Entering the cave, you begin the survey by marking the starting point and setting up the first measurement station. In the dark passage, the lamplight is essential for seeing where to place sensors and take accurate depth readings. At the survey point, you position the sensor to measure depth, ensuring it's level and stable for data collection. The first depth reading is taken, showing the initial measurement that will be logged in the survey report later. The survey log grows as each reading is documented, creating a detailed record of the underground research findings. Helmet adjustments are made to ensure it stays secure during the long hours of walking and surveying in the cave. A radio check updates the coordination team on the initial data collected, maintaining communication throughout the shift. Additional tools are kept ready for marking survey points and handling minor adjustments during the cave exploration. Safety protocols are revisited, emphasizing regular checks on equipment to prevent issues during the deep tunnel survey. As you move further into the cave, the survey continues with more depth readings and data entries in the notebook. Checking the lamp's battery life is crucial to maintain visibility during the long hours of cave exploration. Rope markers are examined to ensure they are correctly placed for safety and accurate survey point identification. Map verification confirms the current location aligns with the planned routes for today's research documentation. Helmet adjustments are made to prevent discomfort during extended periods of walking and surveying underground. Survey equipment is laid out and checked to ensure all tools are functional for precise depth measurements. A radio check updates the team on progress and confirms communication lines are clear for the shift. Safety protocols are reiterated, emphasizing regular equipment checks to avoid issues in the deep tunnel. The survey log displays initial data entries, documenting each reading taken during the cave research. Path checking ensures safe navigation to the next survey point, where more data will be collected. At the survey point, the sensor is positioned and checked for stability to begin depth measurement. Now entering the list stage, where field surveys using sensors and notebooks become the primary focus. The first depth reading in the list stage is taken, with the number recorded immediately in the notebook. The depth meter indicates the measurement, which is critical for accurate data logging in the survey report. Rope marking is done to tag survey points for future reference and team navigation in the tunnels. Data logging continues, with each entry meticulously added to the growing survey log for analysis. Additional tools are kept accessible for marking and minor adjustments during the research activities. Another lamp check is performed to ensure sufficient power for the remaining survey tasks in the cave. A progress update via radio maintains coordination and logs the current status of the research shift. Survey log review helps identify any discrepancies or patterns in the depth readings collected so far. Preparation for the next phase involves checking gear and planning the route for continued data collection. Navigating deeper into the tunnel requires careful attention to the map and previous survey markers for accurate data collection. At this new point, the sensor is positioned to capture depth readings that will be logged in the notebook for the report. Sensor calibration ensures all measurements are accurate and reliable, which is critical for the final research documentation. Each depth reading is recorded promptly in the notebook to prevent data loss during the extended survey session underground. Rope marking at this location tags it for future reference and team navigation, maintaining order in the tunnel. Regular lamp checks are essential to maintain visibility, ensuring safe and efficient work during the research shift. The notebook displays a growing list of depth readings, each entry meticulously logged for later analysis at the station. Communication with base ensures the survey schedule is on track, and any coordination issues are promptly addressed. Map review helps verify survey points and plan the route for remaining tasks, ensuring comprehensive data coverage. After this point, gear is packed, and the team prepares to move to another location for continued data collection. Keeping tools organized allows for quick access during research activities, maintaining efficiency in the cave. Repeating the survey process at a new location gathers more data points for the comprehensive research report. This depth measurement adds to the dataset, which will be analyzed later for patterns in the tunnel structure. Routine rope inspection is part of safety checks to confirm it remains reliable for navigation and marking. Team discussion helps identify any discrepancies or trends in the data, improving accuracy for the report. The helmet lamp provides consistent illumination, essential for detailed work and documentation in the dark environment. With this section complete, the notebook is secured, and data is ready for transfer to the station monitors. A final radio update summarizes survey progress, ensuring all data is logged for the shift report. Preparation to leave involves a final gear check to ensure nothing is left behind after the research activities. The return journey begins, heading back to base camp after a successful field survey session for documentation. Now the focus shifts to analyzing collected data on monitors, cross-referencing logs to identify patterns in the tunnel research. Back at base camp, the first routine step is to set up the station by arranging the helmet and preparing the monitor for data analysis. The monitor displays initial data from the field survey, ready for detailed examination and systematic cross-referencing with logs. Handwritten logs provide a tangible record that must be compared with digital data for accuracy checks during routine analysis. Transferring field notes to the digital system ensures all data is consolidated for comprehensive analysis in the research routine. Depth readings are analyzed to identify any anomalies or trends, a key part of the daily data review process. Cross-referencing helps spot inconsistencies between sensor outputs and manual logs, requiring further verification in the routine check. Graphical representations of data make it easier to visualize patterns and outliers during the systematic analysis routine. Team discussion is crucial for interpreting data anomalies and deciding on documentation steps in the routine workflow. Documenting anomalies ensures they are recorded for the final report, a standard procedure in the research documentation routine. Short breaks are part of the routine, allowing moments of rest during long data analysis sessions in the cave. After the break, the analysis continues with checking other data sets to confirm or refute findings in the routine. Manual calculations are sometimes necessary to double-check the accuracy of digital data entries in the routine verification process. Corrections are made to the log to reflect verified data, maintaining integrity for the archive in the routine documentation. The station setup supports efficient data analysis, with all necessary equipment within reach for the team's routine tasks. A summary report is compiled to document the analysis outcomes, a routine step before submission to the archive. Saving and backing up the report ensures data security and accessibility, a critical routine for future shifts. Supervisor review is part of the process to validate findings before final submission. A routine quality check. Incorporating feedback improves the report's accuracy and completeness, a routine step in the documentation workflow. With the analysis complete, the station is prepared for the next routine phase, or shift transition, in the cave research. Comparing new depth data with previous logs is essential for detecting any changes or anomalies in the cave structure. Team discussions help verify comparison results and ensure accurate documentation of any discrepancies found in the routine. Visual comparisons on screens provide clear insights into data trends and help in the analysis process. Documenting comparison findings in the notebook ensures that all observations are recorded for the final report. Multiple datasets are compared to cross-check accuracy and identify consistent patterns in the cave research. Anomalies identified through comparison are flagged for further investigation and detailed documentation in the routine. Printed comparison tables offer a tangible reference for data analysis during the research documentation process. Supervisor review of comparison findings validates the analysis and guides the next steps in the documentation routine. Finalizing the comparison summary prepares the data for inclusion in the comprehensive research report. With comparisons complete, the station is set for compiling the final report in the archive archive stage of the shift, entering the archive phase, where final reports are compiled and submitted to conclude the research shift. The final report combines all analyzed data and comparisons to create a comprehensive document for the archive. Submission through the system ensures that the report is securely archived and accessible for future reference. A confirmation message verifies that the report has been successfully submitted to the archive database. Equipment preparation for the next shift involves routine checks to ensure everything is ready for continued research. Team discussions about the next shift help coordinate tasks and ensure smooth transition in the routine workflow. The camp setup supports the expedition's routine, with all areas prepared for the ongoing research activities. Signing the logbook marks the official end of the shift and completion of all routine documentation tasks. Leaving the station after the shift, ready for rest, or the next routine in the cave exploration life. The shift ends with a routine exit from the cave, wrapping up another day of deep tunnel research documentation. Back at camp, storing equipment is the first step in winding down after a long shift in the cave. The helmet and lamp are carefully stored to maintain their condition for future research tasks in the cave. Mealtime in the camp provides a brief respite and opportunity to discuss the day's findings with the team. Routine sensor checks in the camp ensure that monitoring equipment is functioning correctly throughout the night. The camp at night is a hub of quiet activity, supporting the continuous research efforts underground. Preparing the personal bag for tomorrow involves organizing essential items to streamline the start of the next shift. Planning the next day's tasks on the monitor helps coordinate the team's activities and ensure efficient research progress. Coiling and storing ropes properly prevents damage and ensures they are ready for safe use in the tunnels. Updating the camp inventory log is a routine task that tracks equipment status and supports resource management. A final walk around the camp ensures everything is secure and prepared for the overnight period in the cave. As the camp winds down, the reduction in light signifies the transition from active work to restful downtime. Radio check-in with base station confirms the shift end and ensures ongoing communication for the expedition's safety. Securing notebooks and reports in storage protects valuable data from moisture and damage in the cave environment. Adjusting the camp lighting to a lower setting conserves energy and creates a calm atmosphere for rest. A final equipment check verifies that all tools are properly stored and ready for the next